It's been done.
You did the deeds.
I did the deeds, Tom.
You do what was required of you. Of
Before I discuss this any further, I need to disclose to you that we are not live right now. This is just
course.
you and I discussing friend to friend. Something.
Okay.
So just to catch ourselves up.
Right. Not like last time when you said we weren't live in order to broadcast on your wire.
Okay, Tom, listen. Last week I was wearing a wire and I was trying to entrap you to give me some information that would help me free my girlfriend. The girlfriend from Uncut Gems. From the
Julia
club.
Fox.
What's her name?
Julia Fox.
That's her. I was trying to get this information from you, Tom, wearing a wire under the guise of our friendship because I wanted her set free and they promised me that they would wipe all your debts. This organization that's after you, Tom, they're serious business. And as you know, since it's just us talking, this is not live, you pushed me to finally handle it.
I think you got to remember that you pushed yourself. You pushed yourself.
Some dumb comedian. I took his
There's some
nostril.
noise going on in the background.
Don't.
Something's happening. I'm not entirely sure what's going on over there. I feel like maybe you're trying to trick me again.
Don't worry, Tom, I handled it. I'm handling
All right.
things this week.
Sure you are.
But the major thing I handled, I'll tell you about it now.
Is murdering bookies.
Tom, there's two things that the character of Michael DeWitt is known for. One, I'm a cunning detective. Two, I live by a code where I vowed never to murder.
Okay.
Let's just get that out of the way.
Those
So-
are two good traits. I've never heard any fictional characters ever who have those kind of traits.
They're proprietary traits that I possess.
Copyright Michael DeWitt.
That's right. You nerds try and find another character who has those two defining traits.
I don't know
Nonetheless,
who you're even talking to if you're just talking to me. What nerds are you alluding to?
it's just a hypothetical audience. So I walked down to the docks.
Mm-hmm. Those famous San Antonio docks.
And I found that little diner under the freeway overpass
The docks.
at the docks. And I knew behind it there was
That's the beauty of the Riverwalk. It's got docks. It's got a highway. That's the beauty of San Antonio, baby.
behind that little dusty diner is a red door illuminated by the pulsing glow of rattling neon. And that's where the kingpin of this organization works. So I was there with my pistol. Now keep in mind, half of my credos that I just shared a moment ago, because that will factor in. I walked through that red neon door,
Right into Johnny Swell's hideout.
and I met the first round of security. Two tall, burly men, their whiskers intertwined like a steel brushed against.
Like they were
Steel.
kissing? Like they were.
It was a very
We're
small.
talking face to face or side to side intertwined, like ivy growing together or like Velcro.
It was a narrow hallway. They were standing side by side, one left cheek from one of the burly men, with the right cheek of the other burly man, with their coarse beard hairs intertwined.
Okay.
Behind them, I noticed a sparkling gold chain rising up, connected to a chandelier. And my detective mind began to work. And I realized I could use my pistol to strike this cord, knocking the chandelier at .72 miles per hour down onto these men. And that I did.
Okay.
knocking them out. Intertwined in their slumber, I walked over their bodies, wished them well, and headed to the second door.
It's nice of you to wish them well after you knocked them out cold with a chandelier that apparently is the narrowest
Let's-
chandelier of all time.
Let's be clear. I wished them well. It was the force of the chandelier that pierced their bodies in a fatal way. I did not do it. It was the
You heard?
chandelier.
Michael.
I just-
All right, whatever
So-
you got to tell yourself, bud. Okay.
I still live by my code, in case anyone ever overhears the story.
Sure. Code. Great. I love a code. I love a contra. All right. Up, down, left, right, BA. Start telling me more of your story, Michael.
I walked into the second doorway, which was slightly bigger, and I noticed some Mendel playing lightly from up above. I looked up and I saw a baby grand piano attached to a rope.
Okay.
So, using my cunning detective skills, I impersonated the sound of a henchman whistling.
You know, those notoriously bad at whistling henchmen.
That alerted the second round of guards to stand directly below this baby self-playing grand piano.
Like
So I
in the
took-
Haunted Mansion.
Exactly. There were some tourists with me at that point. There was a family, a European family behind me, and then there were two girls who looked like they may have been from Orange County.
Were you taking these? Were you leading a Riverwalk tour again on the boat, and then you just took people off the boat to take them on your little detective adventures, Michael?
Do disguises fall into the category of detective work? Because if they do, yes. This may be in what I've done. But
Okay.
listen, this is the most important part. The baby grand piano, after I severed the cord, fell on these second round of henchmen. I told them good luck with that as I walked over their bodies. And I want to be very clear. The steel strings in that piano and the force of the hardwood crushed them. Not me. My conscience is clean.
And the witnesses, the European family, they would also agree that you did that. That you did not do that, that it was a piano's fault.
Correct.
All right.
I
you
had
trained
given
well.
them just before this, I had taken him through a tour of the physics museum there on the San Antonio Riverwalk. So
The
they were aware of just how force and gravity works, and it's an independent system. I walked into, what did you say the main guy's name was?
Johnny Swell.
I walked in with Johnny Swell, stared him straight in the eyes, and he stood up, illuminated by the most majestic fish tank behind him.
Oh.
Swirling around, it was almost on cue, kind of like the shot with Daenerys and the dragon wings from HBO's Game of Thrones. He seemed larger than he was, with the piranhas and alligators swimming behind him. And by God, I bet you wouldn't guess what I did then. I took my pistol and I shot right into that tank. And I want to just make it clear that when the bullet hit the tank walls, it no longer was mine. It now was the bullet belonging to the tank walls. So any piranhas that were injured, that's on the tank. That's not me.
Okay.
Anyways, smash! Piranhas are flying into the room. Alligators coexisting with one goal.
Just like on that bumper sticker.
Is that what those shapes were?
It's piranhas and alligators in a human body that they're tearing apart.
I thought it was some kind of religious thing, but that makes more sense now that I experienced this. And if you're going to ask me if I finally settled this, Tom, I've got one word for you.
What's the word? Or are you just gonna show me?
You don't hear that, Tom? Let's see what Johnny Swivel has to say. All your debts are clear, Tom. You can have your girlfriend from Uncut Gems back, Michael. I wish you well.
So, all right. I got a question. I got a lot of questions, actually. I don't know if I'll be able to get to all of them before we have to. Michael, don't we have to go live?
Do we? Is that a requirement of us?
It's 11:15 San Antonio time. It's 9:15 on the Pacific Coast, which is where we air this show from. I don't even know what time it is here I think I'm in Malaysia.
I believe you're in Micronesia, Tom.
Micronesia. It's got an M and a J. I still don't really know.
Tom,
we should get going, right?
Yes, but I was hoping the fact that all your debts have been cleared would have a stronger reaction, but